All right, another topic that is coming up in college prep math is operations with polynomials. So I wanted to go through and talk about how in Algebra 1 we multiply polynomials and show you the area method, which we do. It also connects to biology courses when they do Punnett squares, and also earlier math classes where they use multiplication charts. So let's say that we're going to multiply, let's say 2x plus 4 times negative 4x plus 1. So you make your box based on how many terms. So here we have 2 terms, and here we have 2 terms. And so my box would be a 2 by 2. So I draw my 2 by 2 box, meaning there's 2 rows and 2 columns. And each term will have a little piece of this side of the box. So 2x plus 4. I'm going to go ahead and write on the top 2x, and then that plus 4 term on the right side. Then the negative 4x plus 1 is going to go on the left side over here, the negative 4x term at the top, and the plus 1 at the bottom. And from there, it's just like a multiplication chart. You multiply. So from here, we're going to do 2x times negative 4x. So then if students write that, it might be a little bit easier to focus on that one multiplication problem. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. X times x is x squared. And then I'm going to go over to the right. It's going to be a positive 4 times negative 4x. So positive 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. We just have the 1x. I'm going to go to the bottom left. I'm going to say 2x times 1. Well, 1 times anything is anything, so that's just 2x. And then last, I'm going to do a positive 4 times a positive 1. So 4 times 1 is 4. Then the only thing we have left to do is to combine like terms. And combine like terms usually happens on the diagonal. So we would have negative 16x plus 2x. And we like to reiterate that we're adding those. So we would have kids draw an addition sign right there. So I would rewrite it with all 4 terms, negative 8x squared minus 16x plus 2x plus 4. But negative 16x plus 2x needs to be simplified. So negative 8x squared and negative 16x plus 2 would be a negative 14x plus 4. And that would be our answer. Now let's say we had a binomial times a trinomial. So let's say that we had 3x squared plus 5x plus 4, and that we wanted to multiply that by 2x plus 7. So again, however many terms you have will determine your area model or your box. So this one has 3 terms. This one has 2, so we need a 3 by 2. So when I draw a box, I need to have 3 rows or 3 columns, and then whatever other counterpart. So I'm just going to say 3 rows. So 1, 2, 3, and then from there I'm going to do 2 columns. So where I did the 3 rows, that's where I'm going to put the trinomial. So I'm going to label my terms 3x squared, and the plus 5x, and the plus 4. And then where I have the 2 columns, that's where my binomial is going to go. So I'm going to have 2x, and then the plus 7. And then the same thing we did in the previous example, you're just going to multiply each point or each term and put the answer in the box where they intersect. So for the top left corner, I'm going to have 3x squared. Let me rewrite that. I don't know why. Okay. 3x squared times 2x. So 3 times 2 is 6. X squared times x is x cubed. Then I'm going to move across, and I'm going to do 3x squared times 7. So 3 times 7 is 21, and then I just have x squared. Moving down to the middle row, left box, I have 5x times 2x. 5 times 2 is 10. X times x is x squared. Then I have 5x times 7. which would be 35x. Bottom row, I have 4 times 2x, which would be 8x. And then I have 4 times 7, which would be 28. So again, you can see on the diagonals we have like terms. We have an x squared right here and an x squared right here. And then over here we have a 35x and an 8x. So we're going to write out the expression with all the terms. So 6x cubed plus 21x squared plus 10x squared plus 35x plus 8x plus 28. And then we're just going to combine the 21 and 10 x squared, and then combine the 35x and the 8x. So we have 6x cubed plus 21 plus 10 is 31 x squared plus 35 plus 8 would be 43x plus 28. And that would be our final answer. All right, I hope this helps.